Welcome to Engineering Mathematics Second as per AQT syllabus. Subject code is KAS 203. The first unit in this course is ordinary differential equations. So we are going to start with ordinary differential equations. All of you have studied what is differential equations and how we can define or construct a differential equation for a given trajectory after eliminating the arbitrary variables. And in 10 plus 2 standard, we have also studied how to solve a differential equation using the separation of variable method, homogeneous type of differential equation, linear differential equation, and reducible to linear differential equations. So in this unit, we will see the solution of differential equations of higher order and how to solve the differential equations of other types. So before that, let's see some basics terminology which will be used in this unit. Linearly dependent and independent functions. First definition is related to functions. We are going to study linearly dependent and independent functions. Let f1x, f2x, and so on, fnx be n functions, then these functions these functions are said to be linearly independent on some interval where the independent variable belong, i.e. where the functions are defined, if the equation C1 F1x, it's very related to our LD and LI vectors. I studied this topic in LD LI vectors in matrices of math first syllabus. Plus Cn Fnx equal to 0 implies all the constants are 0. If all the constants are all the scalar multipliers, C1, C2, Cn are scalar multipliers are 0, then we say that the functions are linearly independent. If, if, important point, if at least one CI is not 0, I1 to n. Maybe C1 is not 0 or C2 is not 0 or C10 is not 0. It depends. Maybe more than at least one CI means one C1 or more than one CI values. C1, C3 like C1, C3, C7 like these values are non-zero, then functions are linearly dependent, because in that case we can write, suppose for example, if you let C2 is not equal to 0, then you can write C2 F2x is equal to minus C1 F1x minus C3 F3x and so on. Then F2x can be written as 1 over C2 minus C1 F1x minus C3 F3x and so on. So you will get a linear combination between F1, F2 and Fnx. So if you are able to write any function with the help of other functions. So we can write f2 with the help of other functions like from C, f1, f3 and fn. Then f2 is depending on the functions f1, f3, f4 and fnx. So f1, f2, fnx are linearly dependent functions. What I want to say, for example, if you have f1x is 1, f2x is x, and f3x is 1 plus x. Then you can write f3x is nothing else, it is f1x plus f2x. It means we can construct our third function with the help of first two functions. It means our one function is depending on other two functions. So f1, f2, f3 are linearly dependent functions. Linearly dependent functions. Let's see one example so that the functions f1x equal to x square, f2x equal to x cube, and f3x equal to 6x square minus x cube. So you can see that you can write f3x with the help of f1 and f2 are linearly dependent on any interval I. On any interval I. Let's see the solution. Here I am taking the functions are uh, writing in the form of linear combination. The linear combination is the linear combination of C1, C2, F1, F2, and F3 is C1 F1x plus C2 F2x plus C3 F3x. I told you in the math first syllabus also. You can write the linear combination of three functions F1, F2, F3 as C1 F1x plus C2 F2x plus C3 F3x. Here C1, C2, C3 are some scalars. So you can put the value of f1, f2, f3, c1 x square plus c2 x cube plus c3 6x square minus x cube equal to 0. Now if you collect the coefficient of x square, you will get c1 plus 6c3. And if you collect the coefficient of x cube, you will get x cube is c2 minus c3 equal to 0. Now, if you write 0 as 0x square plus 0x cube, if you compare, then c1 plus 6c3 equal to 0, c2 minus c3 equal to 0. So it is a look like a system of linear equations. Here c3 is a free variable. You can see that c3 is free variable because if you write in the matrix form, it is 1 0 6 0 1 minus 1 0 0 0 x c1 c2 c3 equal to 0 0 0. It's a homogeneous system, and this is a leading variable coefficient, this is a leading variable, but this is a not leading variable. So c3 is free variable. Let c3 is a k, and k is any non-zero value, then your c2 is again k and c1 is minus 6k. So if any of the value out of c1, c2, c3 is non-zero, then the functions will be linearly dependent. And if you take k equal to 1, then c3 is non-zero. So you can claim that the functions are linearly dependent. Or other way, you can write f3x is 6f1 because this is the value of f1 and x cube is the value of f2. So you can construct f3x with the help of f1 and f2. It means f1, f2, f3 are linearly dependent functions. So this is the theory of dependent and independent functions. So sometime constructing the this linear combination method is quite difficult. Then we will use a very standard or very useful technique that is given by mathematician Roskin. Roskin given a expression for n functions. Suppose you have n functions, then the Roskin of these n functions is given as it is a determinant of f1, f2 up to fn, where f1 is nothing else, it is a function of x, f2 is nothing else, it is a function of x, f2x, and so on. It is a derivative, f1 dash, f2 dash, fn dash. Now again, second derivative, f2 double dash, fn double dash, and so on. Last row, we are constructing n cross n determinant. So it will be n minus 1th derivative of f1, n minus 1th derivative of f2, and n minus 1th derivative of fn. So this is the Roskin of f1, f2, fn. And it will be output of a function of x only, because f1, f2, fn are function of x. So the question is, will Roskin exist always? Will wx exist always? We say no. What is the primary condition? Primary condition is f1, f2, fnx should be differentiable up to n minus 1 times. If these are on given interval I, if these are differentiable up to n minus 1 times, then only you can find the Roskin. Then only you can find the Roskin. So the Roskin of n functions can be given in this manner. If you are going for two functions, the Roskin of f1, f2 will look like f1, f2, f1 dash, f2 dash. But we are not so much interested in the LD-LI of functions. We are interested in LD-LI. LD means linearly dependent. LI means linearly independent. We are interested in LD-LI nature of solutions of differential equations. So let's move to differential equation, and then we will come back to the Roskin and we will see how solutions are linearly dependent and independent. Let's see what is the meaning here. So linear differential equation. So any differential equation of the form. One more thing I want to tell you, we are studying here ordinary differential equation. So I'm not going to say again ordinary because it is understood here. Partial differential equation we will study in math 3rd or 4th. Here in ordinary differential equation, there is only one independent variable and one dependent variable. One dependent variable and one independent variable. So any differential equation of the form a naught x, nth derivative of y with respect to x, plus a1x and minus 1th derivative of y with respect to x, plus so on, an of x, y is equal to fx. Here important point is y is the function of x. X is independent variable, y is dependent variable. So any differential equation of this form is called linear differential equation because the degree of this differential equation is 1. What about order? Degree is 1. So before that, let's see the order. So if we claim the order of differential equation is n, then we have to make an additional remark that a naught x should be non-zero on given interval I. I is the interval where x is belonging. So if a naught x is non-zero, then the order of this differential equation is 1, and the power of the ordered term is always called degree. So degree is 1. So this is a linear differential equation of order n, provided a naught x is non-zero, because if it is 0, then order will be reduced. We have some remarks. Let's see what are the remarks. First remark is, if fx is 0, suppose this is your equation number 1. If fx is 0 in equation number 1, then 1 is said to be homogeneous linear differential equation. Linear differential equation. I will use as HLDE, homogeneous linear differential equation. Second remark is, if fx is non-zero, then one is said to be non-homogeneous linear differential equation. I will use NHLDE. Third remark is, if all a naught x, a1 x, and an x, here a naught, a1, an are function of x. Suppose these are constant value, are constants. Like a naught is 1, a2 is 5, a3 is 7, a4 is 0, like these values. Then one will be, one is said to be, one is said to be linear differential equation with constant coefficient, because the coefficients are constant, and it will become homogeneous or non-homogeneous according to the value of fx. How to solve a linear differential equation? Solution of linear differential equation. This is very important point here. I am taking very simple case, simplest case. What will be the simplest case? Can you tell me? Yes, I'm telling you. Simplest case, fx is 0, order is 1, degree is 1, because linear, so degree is 1. It is understood. A naught x is a naught, a1 x is a1. Means this is constant value. So what will be the differential equation now? That will be a naught dy by dx plus a1 y equal to 0. This is a first order linear differential equation with constant coefficient, homogeneous type. Homogeneous type. Because order is 1. And it is a order 1, so a naught will be non-zero. If you are claiming that order is 1, then a naught must be non-zero. So dy by dx can be written as equal to minus a1 over a naught into y. Correct? We can divide by a naught because a naught is non-zero. Call it as a new constant. Suppose this is your k. So dy by dx is a ky type of differential equation. Ky type. And what is k here? Take minus outside, then minus ky. So here k is a1 over a naught. A1 and a naught are constant, so k will be also constant. Now it's a very simple differential equation. If you remember class 11, you can use separation of variables. Means this is dy by y equal to minus k into dx. So if you take the integration both the sides, it will be log y equal to minus kx plus a constant c1. So y will be e to the power minus kx plus c1, or you can write y equal to e to the power c1 into e to the power minus kx. E to the power c1 is again a constant, call it as a new constant c. So y is equal to c e to the power minus kx, here c is equal to e to the power c1. So my point is, you got the solution in the form of exponential time. So it is giving an idea. The solution of any differential equation of this type, linear differential equation type, is always in the form of exponential function, because it is a basic you are getting from first order. Now, this is the solution of differential equation. This is the solution of differential equation. Now, the problem is how you classify these solutions. These are LD solutions or LI solutions. So I'm going to tell you here some important points. Suppose you put C1 C equal to 1, then your solution will be e to the power minus kx. Y1, suppose Y1 solution. If you take C2 equal to 10, then you are getting a new type solution, minus 2 into e to the power minus kx. C is equal to 3, then y3 is equal to 3 to the power minus kx. And you can verify that all these solutions are satisfying this differential equation. You can verify that y1, y2, y3 all are satisfying this differential equation A. How it is possible? Because this differential equation is a first order differential equation, so it will have always one solution. The order of differential equation always tell the number of solutions. If your differential equation of order 2, then you have two solutions. So here you are getting more than one solution. If you take c equal to some 100, then the solution will be y100 equal to 100 e to the power minus kx. You can verify that this solution is also satisfying the equation number capital A. You are getting infinitely many solutions because c can be any positive real number, because e to the power c1 is always greater than 0, because exponential function always greater than 0. So if you take any positive real number, even you can take fraction value. Suppose c equal to 1 by 2, then your solution y1 by 2 equal to y1 by 2 e to the power minus kx is also satisfying the given differential equation. So why you are getting more than one solution? Why you are getting? Let's see the magic here. Have you ever think over it? I think no. You are getting infinitely many solutions because they are LD solutions. So you always get LD solutions, infinitely many. You are getting LD solutions. LD means linearly dependent solutions. What it means? Y1, Y2 are said to be linearly dependent solution if you can write a solution in the form of some constant time, suppose d time, d is any constant, to another solution. Then Y1, Y2 are said to be linearly dependent solution if d is any constant relation. So here you can see that Y2 can be, Y3 can be written as 3 times Y1. Y100 can be written as 100 times Y1. So with the help of Y1, you are able to find the other solutions. It means Y1 is depending on Y3, Y100 is depending on Y1. So these all solutions are linearly dependent. And dependent solutions have no meaning in mathematics. So what is actually Li solution? So only Li solution is, in this case, is e to the power minus kx. E to the power minus kx is the only Li solution. And family of solution, we always write family of solution, that is actually LD solutions, is equal to constant time y, or you can write c into e to the power minus kx. And if you put different values of c, you will get a dependent solution to previous solution. Listen this topic very carefully. Okay, suppose this is LD relation. What will be the Li relation? If y1 is equal to some variable time, if this is a variable function, then y1 and y2 will be Li solutions. You can see my LD Li vector lecture, you will get better idea. So my aim is now how to check solutions are LD or Li. So let's come to Raskin again. Now we are talking about solutions. Firstly, we have discussed about functions. There is a difference between function and solutions. Results on functions are different from results on solution. Don't mix both the results. Let homogeneous linear differential equation of the form a naught x nth derivative of y with respect to x plus a1x and minus 1th derivative of y with respect to x and so on, a and x y equal to 0. Homogeneous, so fx is 0. And these are a naught x, a1x, a and x are continuous functions on given interval I on given interval I, and y1x, y2x, ynx are n solutions. Suppose this is equation B of equation B, then how you will check these solutions are LD or LI, LD or LI. So let's check. And one more thing here, if we talk about nth order differential equation, then A naught x must be non-zero. It is understood now. Then first point, if the Roskin of y1, y2, yn, I told you that is y1, y2, yn, y1 dash, y2 dash, yn dash, and so on n cross n, y1 nth derivative, y2 n minus 1th derivative, yn n minus 1th derivative. This is n minus 1 time derivative. Suppose this is a function of x, is non-zero for all x belongs to interval I, then it will implies from both the sides y1, y2, ynx are Li on interval I. What is important point here? Will Roskin exist? Yes. In this case, Roskin exists always. Because here you are getting y has derivative up to n times. So all the solutions will be differentiable up to n times. Therefore, Roskin will exist always. But in the case of function, Roskin may or may not exist. But in the case of solutions, Roskin will exist always. First point. Second point, if it is non-zero for all x, then y1, y2, ynx are linearly dependent. And conversely, if y1, y2, yn are Li, then Roskin will be non-zero for all x. So from both the sides, this result is true. But in the case of functions, this result is not true from second side. I am not going to detailed discussion of LDLI of functions because that is not in our syllabus. We are interested in the solutions only. Second result is if Roskin at any point is zero, where x naught is any point in the given interval I, is any fixed point, x0 is any fixed point in the interval I, it will imply that Roskin will be zero for all x belongs to interval I. Very interesting result. If Roskin is zero for any one point, then Roskin will be zero for all points. How? How? You can ask. I will tell you later. And the functions y1x, y2x, ynx are linearly dependent. So if the Roskin is zero at any point, then Roskin will be zero for all the points, and solutions will be solutions, and the solutions will be linearly dependent. Solutions, not functions. Why I am saying this? Because I will tell you, Roskin can be given as in this form. I will tell you later, Roskin in this form, in the second order, like this, e to the power minus ps dx. Suppose Roskin at from x0 to x. This is the formula. And Roskin at x naught is 0. Suppose at 0. Suppose this is 0. So if you take wx naught, it will be c to the power minus x naught to x naught dx dx. And this value is 0, c e to the power, this integration is, exponential function is always non-zero. This is always non-zero value. This is always non-zero value. If it is not given in the integration form, then also you can claim that it is given in the form of indefinite integration. Then also you can claim that exponential is non-zero always. If it is given in the definite integration, then also it is non-zero because it will be e to the power 0, that is 1. So C is 0. If C is 0, then Roskin is 0. for all x. So this is the meaning of this point. If Roskin at any point is 0, then it will be 0 for all the points. And in this case, solutions will be linearly dependent. Solutions will be linearly dependent. These concepts are very basic concepts and will be used in further study of differential equations. Further study of differential equations. Let's see some more results, more theorems. First is, if y is linear independent, only linear independent solution of first order homogeneous linear differential equation. Results are true for homogeneous only, remember my point. Then family of solutions that will be LD solutions actually is given by C into Y, where C is arbitrary constant. Second theorem is, if y1, y2, yn are n linear independent, should be Li only. Solutions, you can check that from Roskin, of nth order homogeneous linear differential equation, then family of solutions is given by C1 y1 plus C2 y2 plus Cn yn, where C1, C2, Cn are arbitrary constants. Next topic is solution of homogeneous linear differential equation with constant coefficient, that we will study in next lecture. So in this lecture, you can see I am following Jain and Iyengar book, Jain and Iyengar, Advanced Engineering Mathematics. Syllabus is quite easy in this semester. A differential equation, ordinary differential equation, first unit. Second unit is beta gamma functions, and surface area volume by revolution. One more unit is convergence of series and sequence, Fourier series, and fourth and fifth unit is based on complex analysis. Very interesting units. So you can take this book. From this book, we will cover unit ODE, beta gamma, Fourier, and complex analysis. Except convergence of series, we will cover 4.5 unit from Jain and Iyengar only. So in this semester, this book is extremely useful. Okay, thank you.